Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. So far, we're seeing strength to the upside in pre-market trading. We're above VWAP in the intraday time frame. We continue to hold within the uptrending structure of the last 2 to 3 weeks, and pullbacks below the 8-period average have been defended so far. So everything in the short term remains bullish. The only thing to continue to watch is how does price continue to respond around that 2790 level. So 2790 right here, the bottom of the recent pivot low, that's 2791.75. That's the FOMC key level. So basically, if there's any failure to hold this level, whether it's today, whether it's 3 or 4 or 5 days from now, that level would likely open up a return back toward 2700. So again, that's the key zone to continue to watch. Previous month's high and that key level. Again, we could continue to trade up here for several days, but if we don't really see expansion, then those downside stops become at risk. So overall, right now, still trending up, and 2790 is going to be the pivot to continue to watch. But with earnings coming up for several big stocks, including Amazon here in a couple days, that could be influential here to see how the rest of the market responds to those types of events. Now, if we take a look here at the NQ, you'll also notice strength here. The previous session, price pulled back below the 2-day lows, 3-day lows, and then snapped back up, closing above 2-day highs. That's typically quite bullish, especially within this uptrending structure of the near term. Pullbacks below the 8-period average have been defended. And again, this looks very similar to the ES in that price continues to show strength overall, and doesn't really show signs of really slowing down too much. We've gone sideways, but we haven't really seen a major corrective type of phase like this or this. So that may be ahead, but until we see otherwise, this thing is still trending upward. Now the key level here, 7,300. That's the level to watch. Any failure to hold that level will rotate prices back to 69.87 half. Alright, let's take a look at crude oil. Here's crude oil. In the previous session, price saw a failure to hold above that 2-day, 3-day, 4-day highs. That failed new high in a downtrend opens up the potential to do something like this. And right now we're sitting right at that zone. This is the ideal entry if you're a bear. If you got in yesterday and you enjoyed some of that move off the 68.80s that we called out intraday in our trading room, this would be the add back portion right here. You can add back to the trade at this point. If you're looking at engaging the trade for the first time, again, this is the ideal entry zone right here, and you want to take out 3-day lows. Below 67.50 opens up a major move, likely to and through 66s. It could be a 1-day move, something like this, which we've seen here recently. It can take a couple of days, 2 to 3 days, something like this. But either way, if prices get below 67.50 and those downside sell stops are run, we could be looking at some significant selling pressure ahead. Now, where this trade fails, again, is our 68.80 zone. If price cannot hold that area, then again, this trade fails. And again, we're looking at further weakness as long as price can continue to hold below the previous session's midpoint. So that level right there is going to be 68.46. Now if we take a look here at Bitcoin, you'll notice here that Bitcoin continues to release upward to the upside. I mean, this thing broke above our 67.5. We knew that if price can get above 67.5, we had been stalking this idea for several weeks. And once it would get above 67.5, we knew it had a shot to get to where? Our 8,500 level. And so right now, price is 81.90. It continues to flow higher. This is a really nice continuation. And again, based off of how price has really sold off after recent rallies, I wouldn't really overshoot the target. I've mentioned this time and again. So 8,500 becomes a great target to take a majority of this off the table. If you want to see a little bit over, then maybe 9,000, but no higher than 9,500. So this is the next zones up if you're looking to take profits. So Bitcoin right now looking really strong after taking out that 6,700 CLVN. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck and trade well.